Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning LaLa, and we are having so much fun with the guys from Strapped Manufactured Goods. Good morning. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Our pleasure.
Well,
Thank
thank you.
you.
You
Thank you.
are such an incredible team. You know, we talk about Wealth Wednesday, entrepreneurship, but you've really mastered working together and creating a business, not only as friends, but as partners. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Off top, that credit goes to this guy right here.
Absolutely.
Sean is, from the beginning, he was like, guys, we have got to be structured. You know, too many times that things fall apart. And he's been in the entertainment business for a while, and he's been with a comedy group for a very long time. They put out a lot of movies, a lot of sketches, and you know, he can tell you that disorganization will kill a team.
Yeah, it's all about, you know, just clear communication and finding out what people's tempo at that. Like, my expectations might be different than Jordan's, it might be different than Noah's, but if we can find a common ground that isn't abusive or annoying to live, you know, with, then we're going to be a success. Otherwise, miscommunication, in my opinion, is the destruction of all relationships, not just business, but anything.
And you're the director of creative media.
Yeah.
What does that mean? What's your vision for Strapped with this?
So, you know, as Noah was talking about earlier, talking about grit, hard work, authenticity, we love pushing the boundaries. You know, a lot of ideas I come up with maybe aren't for us necessarily, but at least we're pushing and we're trying stuff out. And I fill a lot of the gaps because these guys, between the two of them, do so much, really, like 6 a.m. to midnight every day, that I'm kind of able to step back and creatively fill gaps. So it's not only what you're seeing on camera, but also going on behind the scenes with that.
So I do believe that today, this time in history, I believe that we're really moving from solo entrepreneurship to true entrepreneurship as far as a community like this with you guys, a team. I think that the way we know that it doesn't work, solo entrepreneurship is proven that it's really rare that it will work. Really hard to get momentum, hard to get all the different aspects of business going. So help us further understand that. So let's take this through, like, how did you figure out which roles? How do you figure out your geniuses? How do you figure out, you know, how people like to communicate? Take us through how you kind of would recommend, what would you tell people out there that are moving into a team type of a situation?
So I think that there's been an amazing joining of skill sets between us three for sure, but I think that with any team, there's going to be an arc, right? When people come together, especially as friends, as we were, for the first, you know, period of time that you're working together, you're excited. There's new stuff happening. You're getting new products, right? There's a lot of momentum, and then something happens, right? Then there's some amount of stress. There's some, you know, new time investment, some new financial investment, and then you really start to see how each of us responds. You start to see how your teammates feel under pressure, right? How do they deal with stress? And it's at that time that I think teams have the tendency to either fight or flight, right? They either compromise and they work through it and they understand that they're here to accomplish a common goal, or they just break up. And I think that we really realized that each one of us brought to this table an amazing skill set, something that each one of us did not have. And, you know, me as the business head, as the organizational entity, Jordan as the brilliant creative, and Sean as the glue. Like, truly, beyond being the creative media director, even in meetings, he's the moderator. He's the one that says, okay, guys, listen, we've gotten off track. Let's get back to what we were really meant to be talking about. And that's a management of time thing. It's a really important aspect for any entrepreneurial endeavor, which is, how do you manage time, right? We're all doing separate things. They're writing scripts. I'm working in business. We're all trying to get by while we're starting this new thing. And we all need to, you know, really manage our time. And so he has an amazing role in doing that.
So tell us about creating and inspiring. What was the mission behind the actual clothes? I know it's more than just clothes. This is a way of life.
Yeah. It's so everything started behind really like piggybacked off of building motorcycles, and I've been building and riding for a long time. But the concept behind that, the guys that we look up to, the Steve McQueens, the Paul Newmans, Yul Brenners, you know, they were actors, and we know them as actors, but really they portrayed themselves. They lived it and they did it. You know, when McQueen wasn't shooting, he was tinkering with bikes and he was doing things that kept him grounded. And I think the number one thing that makes us a team is humility. Everyone wants to be a quarterback. Everyone wants to be a quarterback, but it takes a real quarterback to step back and say, hey, you need to get the ball and you need to take us through there on this one. This isn't me. This is you. And when we can all step back and say, hey, this isn't me. This is Noah's time to shine. This is his thing. This is Sean's expertise right here. Let him shine. Trust him and go. That's what we put into like our clothes and our bikes and we want to make stuff that we want to wear, right? But I don't want to get it from China. I don't want to get it made in Turkey or India when we can make it right here. We have very, very skilled labor right here. It's downtown. It's so easy. And our cotton comes from here. Our denim comes from here. Our leather does come from Italy because it's really, really nice leather. But it's still made here, you know?
Yes, right?
And that's what we want to be classic. Our designs are classic. Our fits are classic. And they're just made for just classic people.
So do you
Just
guys
go out there
hang out
attack
and
it.
go on the motorcycles? Do you guys hang out?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Oh, these were designed to wear, to ride in, and yeah. I work in the shop in our t-shirts. All of our samples are, because that's where they came from. That's what they were inspired by.
Yeah, the cool thing is, it is inspirational in a way because we shouldn't be where we're at, really. Like, if you were to, like, every time we're in the fashion world and we're taking these meetings, they're like, we can't believe you guys are here with us. Like, they almost say that. So it is
this
inspiring
time,
to other people outside to just see, like, you can do anything, really, if you just pay
What do you mean
attention.
they ask that because they're like, you haven't been in this field,
Right.
and how are you
Yeah.
getting this
They're like,
far, this
Yeah.
fast?
We're not clothing people.
No.
You know, we're
He makes it a point to say it in the meetings, like, we are not.
Yeah.
You're like,
we're not
"Shh."
designers,
Yeah,
but
but it's
we
true.
are creatives, you know, and we can look and our passion is taking on challenges, filling voids. You know, I would look in my closet and be like, nothing's like jumping out at me, like, and why can't I find anything anywhere? I'm gonna make it. It cannot be that hard. I'm gonna make it. I build motorcycles. This is way less components. Like, we can build this.
Yeah.
You know, we can, and we did.
What's
And
been
it's
the
been
most
really fast.
rewarding part about building this?
Seeing it on other people now.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And seeing
Well, hand
what
it
other
over then.
people
What are you
react.
wearing?
Yeah, it is.
Here,
Come back.
we've got some. Let's take their boxes. Let's do
Yeah.
a little
Check this
unboxing.
out.
Is there? Do
Let's
we have
do
anything
this.
in these
I
boxes?
think so 2 of them have jackets in them.
Oh yeah. If you
Boxes
feel
are super
something,
cool, too.
Thank you.
Oh,
the
every
logo is
every
amazing.
single thing
Thank
that
you.
you see, it took us a long time. We didn't just
Oh my
say,
gosh.
at the first one.
Look
Look
at
at
that.
those.
Right.
Tell us about the antlers, you guys.
I really wanted something classic,
Uh-huh.
and
So I think
you know,
there's
I
Cool,
love
look at
nature,
that.
animals, and
I think there's a cool aspect about antlers, which is that each one of them is unique. Each one of our jackets is also unique, right? If you'll notice that there's hand-done distressing, there's hand-painted splatter, there's leather, right? Every single leather hide comes from a different cow. Every single one comes from a different lamb or whatever it is. And so
It's
every single
hand-tanned.
jacket
It's
is
all
unique.
different.
And they even have names. Tell
Yeah.
us about the jacket I'm wearing.
So that jacket is called Sonia. It's named for a very dear family member of mine who passed away recently, but she was a fashion icon, and she's looking down and she's really proud of you.
Oh, she's really proud of you.
Yeah.
That
Every-
is gorgeous.
So these pieces, everything is inspired by. I grew up in Oklahoma and working on a farm, baling hay, building houses, concrete, construction companies, right? And I have clothes in my closet that I've had for 10 plus years, and everyone always asks me, "Where is it? Like whose is it?" I'm like, no, this is actually old. Whoa! So every single one of these pieces are because I have a jacket that I've been painting in for 8 to 10 years, and it has tar or it has paint or something all over it, and those were the samples. Now they don't have silk in them. So we had to take it there.
Both worlds.
But
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I wanted to merge that. I wanted you to feel like you were in a whole nother world when you're inside, but on the outside, it's like, what is like?
I think
did
I
this
know
person
every
just step out
artist
the
guy
farm?
friend I have loves clothes with paint on it. Like, what is
Yeah.
that? There's just like something about it, like
Yeah.
draws them in. It's like women's shoes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you know what?
Paint
Work is
clothes.
classic.
Yeah.
Work is classic. And when it looks like you've been doing work, people like it just it
It's
looks
sexy.
right.
Yeah.
So people
There you
wanna
go.
look
That's, I
like
mean,
that
that's the end of the
doing
story right there.
Yeah.
And I
Enough
would,
said,
and
right?
I would admit, I much prefer looking like I'm doing the work than actually doing the work. I'll tell you that right from the top.
Yeah.
It's a crazy perception.
Warren likes to
We're
outsource
putting that
that.
together.
Smart.
It's a community
Can't
thing.
source the work.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's hilarious. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
let's see
gonna-
what we have in here.
Let's see what. Oh my
Oh
gosh,
my
you
Oh yeah,
guys.
this is very cool.
Wow.
We call this one the Hunter.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
The Hunter. Yes,
I mean,
please.
I love
This
that.
is
Love the color combination.
gorgeous.
So this is shearling fur on the collar,
Wow.
lamb suede and silk on the interior, and white denim on the exterior.
Oh,
All with our
man.
custom trim.
What's this one's name? I'll tell him take me to dinner. Wow. That is
It's super cool,
spectacular,
So
guys.
where can people find your pieces?
So we're online. We have a website out, strappedmfg.com. All over social media, strappedmfg on Instagram, and
And we'll be in boutiques come fall.
Cool. That's
yeah,
really
Wow.
exciting.
yeah,
you
we
guys.
hit the ground running now.
We'll have a new website actually coming in July. We'll have boutiques in August, September, and by 19 we're looking to be in major stores. So look out.
Well, yeah, keep us posted. Come back and tell us when you're live.
Yes,
The
absolutely.
website is
You guys
up,
are- yeah.
and boutiques
Yeah.
are going. We'll be there.
You guys are really getting an inside scoop on what we're doing right now.
It's really
Yeah.
exciting.
The
And
MFG obviously stands for Mofo Gangsters.
Oh, this is
Just
great.
manufacturers.
Wow, that is
So awesome.
amazing. Oh,
It's
thank you
so-
so much for being here.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank
It's a
so
Yeah.
much.
pleasure.
Stay tuned.
Thank
We'll
you,
be
man.
back with more on Good Morning Wellman.